Hello, and welcome to Retro Rank Rhapsody. This episode, Legend of the ANIMEPUNCHER. In this episode, we will be continuing our look at brawlers specifically. Last episode we did, focusing on brawlers, we kind of looked at, cartoons and games desperately trying to be cartoons. So I figured, since we looked at Western style animation, why don't we take a look at more Eastern style animation? Well, mostly Japanese, but still. So this will be a focus on Japanese style, mostly manga and anime, but also maybe a few live TV shows as well. With that, let's go ahead and start the episode. This first game we're going to be taking a look at is technically based, I think, more on a manga. I believe there is an anime adaptation of this particular manga. But this is in itself based on a very old piece of medium. Piece of medium being a natural correct phrase.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so let's just let this sit and so yeah. This is Dynasty Wars, based on the manga, I believe is Tenchio Koro. As you can probably see here, this is based on Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Alright.
One of the millions of things based on it.
Yes.
It is time to pursue Lee Boo.
So, yes, if you are... This is very much... Yeah, so Capcom actually made a couple games based on this particular manga. Probably the one that is most well known is an RPG on the NES by the name of Destiny of an Emperor, which uses it uses the same art style as a manga, which is the same using as this game. This has a very distinct art style, and this. I might need to turn this down. As you can kind of see here, you're... hold on. Yeah, there's some really good faces in this. But you're also always on horseback, which is kind of weird. Actually, I might as well just start it. Okay.
So we're actually cheating in Calvary.
Kinda. So basically the plot where this game takes place, I believe, is immediately after Ryubei and friends. So let's see, who should we play as?
Follow your heart.
Oh,
Whatever, good enough.
This is probably who I would play anyway. This is Gon Yu. Although they romanize it as Gon Yu. There's some weird romanization with, or not romanization, but like,
Name
of the names.
Yeah. Yes.
One
the
thing
guy.
that is, it's kind of hard to tell when you're just kind of looking at it. But you actually, it's a multiplayer game, but you have 3 distinct lanes, which is weird. Also, you have an attack right and attack left button.
Yeah, but moving between the 3 lanes is so smooth, it makes it hard to notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see our health at the top. It's not so much health bar as it is a health number, which, in actual arcade tradition, or some... Oh, you have to hit. If I hit enter credits, hit start, I can add to my health.
Nice. So I see we can charge up our attack. Does that just increase our attack power, or does it have any properties?
It also makes it so your attack's wider. Actually, I'm gonna increase the volume a little bit because this game actually has decent music. At least I think it does. In fact, the music in this game was composed by Manami Matsumae, one of her earlier compositions with Capcom.
Neat.
That is the, she's the one that, did a little bit of the Shovel Knight music. Mega Man 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have started with Mega Man.
Yeah. People, if you're not familiar with who composed old music, that's probably your, I'd imagine, probably for.
No, I'd heard her name before. I just didn't recognize it. That's all.
Also, in a very similar style, or in another game with very similar musical styles to this, is UN Squadron. You can it definitely sounds very familiar to the arcade version of UN Squadron. Also, you see that I have a tactics thing in my little HUD. Replace tactics with magic.
I figured as much.
Which is something that I bet you that's an element of the manga, because that's very much a thing in Destiny of the Emperor.
I have killed General Tenyenji.
Wait, what? Holy shit.
Yeah, that's also another thing. It's kind of bloody.
That's
It's
metal.
surprisingly brutal given everything else.
Yes.
It's the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Of course it's gonna be brutal.
Also, you didn't level up, you chump.
Yeah, well, I'm not also trying to get the right audio now, because the music and the sound effects, unfortunately, are not the same level.
They're very loud. Also, not great.
The level was there.
Oh, so right there, that is another major character right there of, actually everything Romance of the Three Kingdoms. That was, this game's rendition of, Yuji Liang, I believe is the pronunciation. I suck at Chinese pronunciations.
Wait, that really?
Yes.
Hey, he was on there for a short time. I didn't really get a good look.
This is it. Wait until we, yeah. The thing is that
I mean,
some character designs are very anime.
I mean, yes, Max, that's how it's spelled, but also that doesn't translate well to actually saying it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Let me tell you,
the pronunciation.
Chinese tones. How much I hate them.
The romanization of fucking a bunch of, like, Mandarin and Cantonese stuff is ridiculous.
Hence why we are Kyanyu instead of what would normally be spelled Kyanyu.
Yep.
Also, this part I always get confused on what I'm actually supposed to do. Yes, South, yeah. Or the one that's actually more unfortunate is Cao Cao's son, Cao Pei.
That Zhao Pei.
What it looks like people, or I know some Dynasty Wars
Cow
games
pie.
no, they actually pronounce it as Cao Pei.
Oh no.
Either is terrible, really, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Just behold my powerful son, Cupid doll.
Pretty much.
So are those like vital things, like your magic bar use?
I don't know actually, because I couldn't find anything that's like, okay, I'm doing this now that I actually have that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah.
And granted, what do I know about any sort of Chinese language? I was having a discussion with somebody earlier just how much I hate how Cantonese sounds.
Really? I've always thought Cantonese sounds better to me than Mandarin.
They're both not great to my ears, but I'm also really weird about the languages I actually like.
There we go.
Let me tell you about how I think French sounds terrible.
See, I have other reasons for that, but
I am a distinctly broken individual.
There's too many goddamn little inflection things that makes it hard to use with a keyboard. Unless you have a French keyboard.
see, I generally like spoken Spanish sound.
Okay, John Shane.
Yeah, see, I'm not huge on Romance languages as a whole, honestly.
I mean, neither am I, but Spanish seems to be the one exception, like, spoken-wise.
Yeah, see, Spanish is the one I quit learning just because I did not enjoy it.
Yeah. Oh.
I took 4 years of Spanish and retained literally goddamn nothing.
Yeah, I retained the sentence, Lo siento, no habla español.
True. Let me tell you about caring so little that by not doing a project, I got a passing grade.
Okay, so who's the boss?
Amazing.
Oh, right. This boss, which is actually just a rush of people.
Amazing. And Max, conjugation is bad in every language. It's not just Spanish. Conjugation is...
One thing I will say about the magic in this game, it is very actually it seems to work in like geomancer rules of like Final Fantasy, where it depends upon the area that you are in, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
This is why you're now Explosion.
You make me laugh. Come to see me at Tongmengu.
Okay.
Yeah, see, my teachers weren't bad, they were alright. I just didn't care.
Yeah, I believe
Like, I'm bad at learning.
I believe this stage has a particular individual in it. The first appearance of a guy who will, I don't know if we're gonna be finishing this, but
Oh, I sincerely doubt it.
a very much a recurring enemy. There we go.
Took your sweet time murdering that man who was terrified of you.
God.
Haha, you
Go.
fell for it! Hey, is it level 3 that you get the upgraded weapon?
I think so.
Like, I know the level cutoffs are kind of weird.
Yeah. Also, one thing to think about that I kind of forget about with this game is this actually predates Final Fight. So this actually could kind of be considered a little bit of a precursor to that, but it plays way too differently to really. Yeah. This is kind of its own thing. Because this game this game did get a sequel, and it played absolutely nothing like this.
Also, Final Fight is like the quintessential brawler. Like, it's the one that everyone emulated.
Yeah, including the sequel to this game.
Can't win.
Let me get some. Sure. There we go. So is this when he appears? Yeah, no, not him.
Max, you are just forever on horse.
Yes.
Just really weird given what they're doing.
I do love how this entire all of Capcom's versions of this particular or games based on this particular franchise basically kind of translate the concept of this guy was a really good tactician to this guy was a magician.
Yup, it's pretty good.
I have killed General
That's basically what they always do, though.
I mean, yeah, but this one takes it a little bit early.
I appreciate that the art for the murder is so bad because your guy just gets a sickle, I guess.
You have merely defeated a
Because they
yes,
bend.
that
Do
guy.
not be too
Notice how one
confident.
character seems to have a different art style than the other ones.
Mmm.
You want to
I
guess
wonder
who that
why.
is?
None other than the mighty.
Yeah.
Finally, we must pursue. So we're gonna get our ass kicked.
I don't believe so. I don't think it's particularly hard.
Damn it, what's even the fucking point then?
I am here to assist you.
Oh. I guess that's what ambush does.
God, Lubu is such a strange character.
Like, he's a total moron. Like,
Yeah.
Libu's a total moron, but it's just, he fights good.
That's
Yeah.
actually a thing that they reference in because Destiny and Emperor, it's an RPG. And basically you have two main stats. You have your basically your tactical ability and your strength ability. Lubu has the strongest attack ability in the game, however the lowest tactical ability.
Yeah, because he's a fucking idiot, but dear lord can he fight.
Yeah. I just want to get to the one fight, or one of the many fights, because yeah, Lubu will become a recurrent boss fight.
Though I love how literally everyone's like, the last time, by the time Libu gets killed, they have to convince the guy in charge, I think was Cao Cao.
Yeah, I believe it was Cao Cao at that point.
Is basically his advisor, like, dude, this guy's betrayed both of the other people who've hired him. Let's just kill him now and get it done with. It saves us the trouble of him betraying us.
Yeah, basically, it comes to a point, it's like, okay, this guy is actually too stupid to live. There we go.
God, the combat for this is like just so slow and plodding though.
It is. That's one thing I will say about it.
Because that power meter is,
Like, it has an effect, but it's just not satisfying.
It is very much, it's very confusing, and also, like, it just doesn't, crowd control is not as, it just seems a bit against your favor in this. Because it just feels so weird. Okay, actually, I think this will probably be the last fight we'll do. Because there are 8 stages in this game. The only thing is, unfortunately, we do not get to see. So this game, this game has a very, or this franchise in particular, has a very interesting take on what Cao Cao would look like.
oh?
He basically looks like Shin from Fist of the North Star.
Oh, okay.
Like long flowing hair.
That sounds interesting. Where's the blood?
I guess he didn't get blood. That's probably good place.
Yeah,
to
more of the
call it for
same.
that. Yeah, because it is basically the entire game. I'll have to put in a screenshot of Cao right here when I put in the video or when I edit.
How dare you deny me?
Well, unfortunately, I can't. When I looked, I was actually looking for one, but I could not find it. So I'll have to actually
What's
take
the name of
like
it?
a long play. The name of the game is Dynasty Wars.
What's the franchise?
It's Tenchi O Kuro. If you look for the long play of the Dynasty Wars, that's probably an easier way to find it. But yes, that was Dynasty Wars. So, let me take a look. I'm thinking, let's see, I'm thinking somewhere in this kind of range.
Yeah, I'd probably call it better than like Kung Fu Master.
I would
But
probably not. I am actually thinking below Super Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, it feels really clunky.
That's true. We're just watching and you're actually
Yeah,
playing
it
it.
is
so
something
probably-
that it is very weird feeling. But yeah, definitely above Stone Protectors. So I want to just do this 12.1. Yeah, I don't think there's any. It doesn't share the same quality as either of those. I believe it is between these two. Let's see. So this is Dynasty Wars. Nope, this is episode 6. 1987. It's the same year as the original Street Fighter. For the arcade, this is a brawler. I would say it's kind of atonal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't really. I mean, it's a little bit edgy.
It's not edgy on the same levels that
It's not.
Battle
It's
modes
not
or
like. Well, granted, we did also give Kunio-kun a edgy. But even then, I think that's also still a different definition of edgy.
like if anything that was going for a more historic quote unquote than like edge.
Unfortunately, I don't have a hella anime tone, so because that would definitely it's not the most anime rendition of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms that I've probably seen, but yeah. Also, I'm debating about whether or not I should note the amount of blood in the thing, but I would say it's relatively inoffensive. It's just, oh, here's like half of the picture, but in just like a massive cloud of blood. It's not like it's really detailed at all. So OST is there. It's definitely not offensive, but maybe the fact that it plays so quietly over the sounds, which are not great, maybe could. Oh, also, you even seeing this?
Spoilers: there is no long play.
I was watching one last night.
Gotta look elsewhere. Oh, found it.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, soundtrack. I'm thinking more C lines.
Yeah, it's neat, but it's not great.
The any of the quality of the soundtrack kind of gets eaten away by the sound. So I think they kind of keep themselves out. World building, I would say kind of maybe a little meh. Like maybe C, because everyone kind of looks kind of similar except for maybe the 4 heroes. except for like Lubu, which has a design that I'd question.
You saying Lubu wasn't blonde?
Yeah, no, Lubu was not an Aryan.
Damn.
Because they also make his facial features look a lot different than everyone else's too. Which is questionable.
Wait, that was supposed to be Lubu?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, fail.
Yeah. So I'd say C. Because the designs are not bad, it's just they're kind of meh.
Yeah, they're really kind of generic.
Craft I would also put maybe C because it's trying to do something different. So I'd at least give it props for that, but it kind of does it in a really weird way.
I love power charge bars. They're really good.
It's weird because, like you said, for crowd control, it's not that the power bar is a bad mechanic. It's just for a game like this where you've got like 12 guys on the screen, it just seems like a lot.
Yeah. It's really meant for... Because you can mash the buttons and like take out like the fodder enemies, but yeah, yeah. So I would put that C. Unless... I'd at least... Let me check my guide. Craft. See, is this compatibility dope? New. It's definitely not polished, so it's definitely not B.
I feel C is the right area.
Yeah.
Well, it has like what, one button?
It's 2 buttons.
Yeah,
Actually.
so...
Three, technically 3, because you also have a magic button.
Okay, well, it seems reasonably easy to play.
It actually kind of feels... It's like a Section Z or sidearms kind of thing, where it's you're trying to attack one side or the other. Impact is... D or E.
Does it?
I would probably say E, actually. I'd say this is more... Like... Because the thing is that I could not find... Like, I was looking up Tenchio Kuro because I wanted to see if there was, like, any episodes on, like, YouTube or anything. I could find nothing of, like, the manga either. So I would say E.
Well, it's Romance of the Three Kingdoms, so lots of people do that.
Right, but then...
yeah, that's the point.
There are renditions of Romance of the Three Kingdoms that are more well-known than this one.
Right, so I would definitely agree this is low impact.
Yes. Aged, it's at least a D. It's just the way that this game feels is aged incredibly poorly. I would probably even say E. Which, unless there's any...
Nope.
Yeah, I got
It's fine to me.
Touch. I mean, you can credit feed your way to infinite health. It at least has that going for it. So it's at least a D. But there... I would actually probably give it C in that case, because it's not like... The bosses weren't particularly hard. And if you get hit or anything, it doesn't really do anything. So I'm thinking probably a C. If you're trying to play with, like, like you would in the arcade, then I would probably give it a lower. But likelihood, if you're playing this game, if you're playing it on some compilation or something, you have infinite credits at your disposal, unless you're playing the, for some reason, the PC Engine CD port of this, in which, why? Yeah. So, C or D?
I don't know.
Well, touch is supposed to rate how easy it is to play, right?
Right.
Yeah, and unless you're credit feeding, then it's kind of a dick.
And you also said you're reviewing in 2018 terms, not the actual day terms.
Correct.
Yeah, so I'd put it as C.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if it. I guess, yeah, emulating with credit feeding, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
Because getting hit does not like slow you down or anything. It doesn't drop your thing. So if you have infinite health, essentially, you can just kind of go through just go through anything.
Yeah, I mean, it looks boring, but it also looks like, if you didn't know anything about these games, you could just give this to somebody and they could eventually just get through it.
No, you can just hammer the fucking button. That's all you really need to do.
Yep. All right. So, with that, let's take a look at.
Better be something good.
Well, it's a Master System game.
Oh, so it isn't.
This is. Well, this is actually of an anime franchise that I'm sure if you are into anime or probably have heard of at some point. In fact, I might have actually referenced it already.
Go on.
This is RetroArch Crashing.
Yeah!
This is... Yeah, it just sometimes freezes up and just doesn't do anything. This is...
RetroArch Crashing is my favorite anime.
Mark III. Hokuto no Ken.
Yeah.
Also known as Fist of the North Star. Developed by SEGA for the Master System, 1986. Here we get to see our...
Behold the power of the throat punch.
This is actually not how most of the game plays. In fact, I'll actually start the game. Okay, so this is definitely based on the start of the anime and manga, because the anime would have just pretty much started around this time. I believe, I actually looked it up, I believe it started in 84. So if you're not familiar with Hokuto no Ken, basically there was a giant nuclear war, or like nuclear holocaust kind of thing. And then basically, society's trying to rebuild. And I can't, I want to say Neo-Tokyo, but that's Akira. But basically the area that this is in, it's being run over by like Mad Max style like goons and like people with a lot of mohawks.
Yes. And leather.
And so one of the kind of leaders of these kind of bad guys is Shin, who is friends with has a friend named Kenshiro, who is who we're playing as now. And Shin kind of betrays Kenshiro, and his goons put in 7 wounds into his chest. So like basically he has 6 kind of like finger holes in his chest in the shape of the Big Dipper, which is symbolic because Kenshiro is a practitioner of Hokuto Shinken, which basically
The fist, the North Star.
yes, which is the titular fist of the North Star. Well, maybe not, because I think it's actually something different. Hokuto Shinken, that would be North Star. It's like new North Star or new North Star punch or something. It's something like that. Basically, it's an assassination technique. Basically the way it works is so what Kenshiro does is that when he punches someone, basically what he does is he goes for particular pressure points on a person, and then basically he kind of makes the pressure points in a person kind of go against themselves, and basically makes people explode.
Not just people!
Yeah.
Let me tell you about the time you hit the pressure points on a tank and make
Yeah,
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's also so
punches a tank.
the way that they kind of describe it is basically it's like, oh, it's supposed to be like pressure points on a thing. But basically what it translates into is we can make him do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah. It's supposed to be based on the technique of chi, that energy flows through your body and he redirects it, but no, he just makes people explode.
Yes, like a tank.
Like a
at one
tank.
point, he kicks a tank. It makes it explode.
Yeah, he
I've
hits
never
the
seen
pressure
that.
points on the
hilarious.
tank. making it explode.
See, that's hilarious. 'cause-
Shinderu.
Yes, and that's also the thing where the very famous catchphrase of this thing is whenever Kenshiro basically will punch a person, the guy's like, "Oh, what is this? He didn't even touch me," and I'm like, "I'm perfectly fine." Then he'll go to him, you look at the person, and go, "Omae wa mo shinderu," which translates into "You are already dead," and then the person explodes. Also, the guy we were fighting against, that we're having seemed to have difficulty with, that is Heart. He's one of the more famous of this particular arc's henchmen. Basically, he's this big old guy that, the way Kenshiro actually defeats him, and I think it's the thing that I need to do, he basically punches him in the stomach so much that it creates a hole, and then punches him, like, in the heart.
Yeah, because you can't hit his pressure points because he's too fat.
Yes. Except I can't... This is translating, unfortunately, into something that I can't seem to actually do anything with.
I do appreciate how the game makes it look when you blow somebody to bits.
Yeah.
That is really satisfying.
Also, the whole parallaxing for the background is pretty neat.
Yes. So this game did actually come out. So this is obviously the Japanese version of the game. This game did actually come out to like Europe and basically everywhere else. The thing is that since Fist of the North Star is not nearly as popular outside Japan, it was basically all the graphics were redone, and it was called or the name of the game was changed to Black Belt. Also, the weird thing is some of the music was changed, and this isn't particularly based on the show, so... What am I doing wrong? 'Cause I actually had to watch a long play... Oh, there we go. Okay. So, as we saw in the track mode, every time we fight a boss, it goes into this mode. So, and this is shitty. And
It's really weird that you're programmed to be a certain distance from you at all times.
Yeah. So the thing with these fights is actually, they're actually kind of weird, because you could, so this is one of the very signature attacks of Hokuto Shinken, the, Hokuto Hyatsu Ken, the 100 Crack Fist. Where basically he just punches a person 100 times and then they explode. So this right here, that is supposed to be Yuria, Kenshiro's girlfriend that Shin wanted, basically had a love triangle with. But that is a fake Yuria. She has been taken elsewhere.
Yeah, he's such a cold bastard, he just tells another woman, "You're Yuria now."
So actually the funny thing with, so what I was kind of saying was, basically, you have to defeat the boss in the same way that they did in, like, the show or manga. So I could not beat Shin unless I actually punched him. Because he's got to do the flashy, like, finishing move. So now we are in Chapter 2, which is based on the Godland arc. Which basically Kenshiro goes to another kind of ruined area and basically is being ruined by, or being ruled by kind of this fundamentalist colonel guy. Yeah. Now that we're getting into this area, you actually have like things that you can stand on. It's not just like a flat plane anymore. Also, I'm just
but the background looks infinitely worse.
Yeah. Also, I'm just getting juggled around. So this area actually only has a couple, doesn't have as many mini bosses. Also, I'm gonna die.
I do love the 8-bit version of the theme, though.
Unfortunately, this is not it's not based on the anime music. It's not, as much as I'd want an 8-bit version of, it's like I Wo Tori Domo Say, I believe is the name of the song. But
That sounds about right.
The really good theme song from Fist of the North Star, which if you have not seen it, you need to now. That in fact is the boss. That is the colonel right there. Let's actually see what the next boss is. Or not next boss, but I wonder how far it's going to show. Because that is basically the. Okay, it's just going to be shit again. So yeah, that basically that is kind of the whole game in itself. The only other there's two other interesting fights. One is in which we have to fight our brother Toki. Toki is basically Kung Fu Jesus. Basically, he also is a practitioner of Hokuto Shinken, but he actually uses it to heal people rather than kill people. The thing with that fight is basically you have to trade blows until you basically run out of health. And then basically just kind of backs down. The other more kind of annoying fight is a boss by the name of Souther. So if you think about what would be the most difficult to deal with enemy for Kenshiro, who's basically his thing is reliant on pressure points. Basically Souther's superpower is basically he has dextrocardia. Which if you're not familiar with what that is, basically your internal, like everything internally is flipped, like it's basically do a mirror flip. So like his foot's on the other side of his chest. So all of his pressure points are in different spots. Which I believe is translated into basically you have to hit particular points. Like, you might have to, like, he'll only take damage if you hit him in, like, the arm. Then he'll move down to his leg. And until he just runs out of health. So yeah, that's kind of the more interesting fights. But yeah, we basically saw what that game all has to offer. So. Just bring up. Okay. I would say, because the thing is that game plays a lot like Kung Fu Master. I would actually say it probably plays a little bit better than Kung Fu Master. But I don't know if I played above Karateka. Any arguments?
I mean, yeah, that sounds fine to me, honestly. Like, I would maybe put it over Karateka, personally, but
I would actually be behind that. Like, if anything, because I don't know if I'd say it's the same tier, though. Because if you think about this, there are some pretty dickish fights in this.
Yeah, no, the problem with the game is if you don't know the source material, you're kind of fucked on the boss fights.
Yeah. Which also a funny thing about Shin or when you're fighting Shin, him using the 100 Crack Fist. That's not even actually how he defeats him, or not how Shin dies. Basically, Shin realizing that he lost to Kenshiro in a fight, basically says, "I'm not letting you kill me," and just jumps off the building.
I'm not owned, he says, as he turns.
You can't kill me if I'm already dead.
Pretty much. Yeah, that is exactly how it works in the source material.
I'm not owned, I say as I shrink into a bloodstain.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't even have US shock. That's the fucking point.
That is a good point. Although I will say that the music from Black Belt is actually pretty decent as well. If I can find it, I think I have it here. Great list.
Okay, but it's still not US shock, and that's what matters.
For example, here is the title music. And then here is the main theme. The one that I actually want to point out is actually the boss music, which is actually, I'll just play it. So yeah. Yeah. I would still probably. Well, with the fact that some of the bosses have really tricky things, I would actually probably still. I could go back to putting it below Karateka.
Yeah, no, it's the game itself seemed perfectly manageable. It's just the boss fight thing is really bullshit if you once again don't know the source material.
Yeah.
Like it's neat little fan service that hey, we kept to the boss fights, but also it sucks if
Fuck
you
you.
don't know the material.
Yeah, because there are other games that kind of do that. Particularly the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Capcom fighting game has a mode in the home versions that does something similar. But it's always a bonus thing that if you like, you get like, oh hey, that's neat that you did it like that. But it never. I don't think it actually requires that you do it.
Sort of, kind of. If you want the best rating, you gotta kind of try and match the show.
Right. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done that, so that's probably.
Yeah, that would be neat if there's like a bonus for doing shit right.
And then I know the new fighting games, they have to do a lot of that kind of stuff.
Will we say the soundtrack is probably a C or?
No, you a shock, so it deserves to be taken down a rank. That's all I'm saying.
That is true. Although I would say I like the boss fight music from Black Belt, so I'd probably keep it.
It's really good. Even the game over music was pretty good, honestly. Yeah. No, the music itself, I would say at least give it a C, maybe B.
I'd be down with that. World building. You can tell what each character is.
And the boss fights once again.
Yeah. But
that's good for the world building, honestly, if that's what we're talking.
Yeah, because it shows off stuff from the franchise and makes it in a way that makes sense. Also, the way that people explode is really nice.
Yes, it's really good.
Yes, it is.
I'd put it a B. Craft. I'd say it does basically exactly what Kung Fu Master did.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly serviceable.
So yeah. Impact.
Oh well, there's way more famous Fist of the North Star games than this one.
The only thing is
this one.
Than this one. The thing I'm trying to think about is I'm trying to think about how popular Black Belt would have been.
Not very.
Well, one, it's a Master System game.
Yeah, that's the issue.
The only thing I'm thinking of, like, I don't think. I wonder how hard would it be to find a copy of either of Black Belt in Portuguese? It's basically the kind of thing that I'm thinking of.
Well, but isn't Impact supposed to measure, like, how much this affected other games or how much it affected the genre?
Well, more. Sometimes one of the other things I'm thinking of is also like how much of the like. I hate to use the term zeitgeist, but basically how much of the game, like, how popular was it at the time? So it feels like, if it, like a game like, say, Super Star Wars, which is relatively well known among Super Nintendo games, but it really didn't do much, I put it as C.
But also, I really appreciate this bit on reception in the Wikipedia page for Black Belt. Which is computer gaming world called Black Belt, a straight-ahead imitator of Kung Fu, and mocked the English documentation that stated the player would fight black women and Wang.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, one of the programmers was Yuji Naka.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because this was one of his first games.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Also, this game will probably be more well known with the fact that it's going to appear in. They've already shown footage of it appearing in the new Yakuza developed Fist of the North Star
Oh,
game.
good.
You mean Fist of the Yakuza?
Yes. There's footage of this game being in that. So I would probably I wouldn't probably say C, but I'd probably say D.
Yeah, D's fine. Like it's definitely
D.
Yeah.
something.
I mean, it's got cultural impact, but that's more because the franchise is popular, not because the game is popular.
Yeah.
Also, there is a little bit of cultural thing with the fact that this is one of Yuji Naka's first games. Not his first. That's Girls Garden. Age.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the name of the game is Girls Garden.
It is not aged amazingly.
Yeah. What do we give Kung Fu Master? We give that a C.
Yeah, like it wasn't terrible. Like it's perfectly playable. And it's fine like that. It's just
the boss
feel like it's
might
a
be
C.
a little weird though.
Well, everything looked like what it was supposed to.
yeah,
Yes.
no, everything looked fine. Though the second stage's background was really ugly, which is a shame because the first one was real neat.
It's
Like,
Master System. You're not going to get miracles out of that.
Yeah.
I know, but it was nice seeing like the parallaxing in the background.
Oh, which is, by the way, the parallax was something that was taken out of the Black Belt release.
Huh.
And what's even the fucking point?
Yeah, so I guess C or D.
The only reason I'd go D is because the boss fights are a little wonky.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Boss fights knock it down to D.
Boss fights were limited by the tech, trying to imitate what was from the fucking source material.
And then, Touch, I'd say Touch, I'd probably give it a D.
Yeah, because the fact that guys have secret weaknesses, that there's no way you can know this.
Yeah.
Unless you know the source material.
Right.
When I was fighting Heart, for example.
Yeah.
And you know the source material.
Yeah. It was just, how do I translate that into the actual game? All right, so our next game is going to be a little bit... let me get the right button. There we go. Our next game is going to be a little bit more straightforward. And also one that I know should be even more recognizable than the last game. Actually, no, that won't be... This one will be recognizable in a way. Are you kidding me? You did it again.
Crashed again?
Crashed.
Yep.
God damn it.
I mean, it's not... I just have to restart it. It's not that bad to deal with, but...
A cursed stream. Oh, what fresh hell is this?
What is that? Is that... No!
Oh my
Where's his
God.
tail?
I hate this. Yep.
Where is Goku's tail?
So this is Dragon Bowl.
Dragon Bowl, you see?
Dragon Bowl.
Yes, Dragon Bowl.
This is a 1992 release.
Also... Let's go ahead and start.
Okay, but goddamn, I would love a Dragon Ball Z bowling game called Dragon Bowl.
That would be amazing.
Also, if you didn't hear that, that was very blatantly the Street Fighter II announcer.
Yeah.
So this game might not be on the up and up.
Are you saying this is bootleg as fuck?
This is bootleg as all hell.
Okay, but what the fuck is this music?
Why is there a window on the van?
I don't know.
Okay, but I appreciate that this vehicle's larger than the house. Ah, the capsule dump. I'm sorry.
Oh, also that's her jump.
Where's that? No, is that Chun-Li's cry?
It's from something, I don't know what.
Yeah, I think that's Chun-Li's cry when she does her kick.
That's,
I
mean,
wouldn't be
it's using
surprised.
It's using other Street Fighter noises, so...
I mean, Max is saying it's. Oh well, Chashi saying that it is.
Okay, yeah. I like the cool guy in the rabbit in the dark glasses.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just chilling out his smoke break, and you just have to come along and fuck it up.
Also, Master Roshi mid puff puff.
I hate this. I'm glad that you figured out the secret to victory.
Wait, this is a Ninja Gaiden hack.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because Ninja Gaiden has the leap and throw, and you should be able to grab onto that,
Oh, that's why it feels like ass. Oh, what?
Yep, and the kick off the wall. That's all Ninja Gaiden moves. Not the NES version, the arcade version.
Oh yeah, I know it's the arcade version, but I don't remember. I know Ninja Gaiden on the arcade is not exactly the most well-developed game, but yeah, I don't remember it feeling anywhere like this.
Yeah, it's a hack of the arcade version. Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
What is this music?
It exists. That's what it is.
Look at that walk cycle. Oh.
Yeah, Chun-Li is used for Goku's noises. This is correct. Apparently, Game Over music stolen from Golden Axe.
Huh.
And apparently, the sound chip configuration is a YM2151.
Yep. Which is a very common arcade. What?
The hell is that?
I was honestly expecting a Bobo to pop through that.
That seems perfectly in character for this game.
This is actually just a prequel to Bobo's Big Adventure. Oh. Okay, let's see how...
I was wondering what they would replace the saw blade with.
Yeah, because the Ninja Gaiden continue screen is a treat.
Though you know, at least they just redid all of the art from scratch.
Yeah, I'll give them props for that.
If they're gonna bootleg something, they're gonna go at least put a little bit of effort into the bootleg game.
They didn't half-ass it. It was more like 2/3 of an ass. At most. Seriously though, what the fuck are these guys? What?
Good, I'm glad that's the scene.
What is this art?
I mean, I know exactly what scene they took that from. It is when Bulma gets revenge on Goku for stealing his poor panties.
Oh, that, yeah. God, early Dragon Ball was so different from what would eventually happen.
I love this incredibly... What?
Okay, I think I have to hop up
I just love this incredibly ornery sun.
Do I have to...
Okay, later, dude. Just gonna kill myself.
Whoop.
Just gonna fucking die.
Okay. Okay, let's hear this game over music.
Okay, but this is a really good screen.
Okay, that's the straight up. That is definitely the Ryu dot or the thing. Okay. Yeah, that was Dragon
What a
Ball.
garbage fire.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's see. Let me just do this.
I will give them props for World. I could tell they tried Dragon Ball.
I mean, as this has to go at the bottom.
Oh, without a doubt. It's still better than Battletoads just because it at least...
Well, though, it is still as dickish of a game as Battletoads is. This is still worse. Battletoads is an asshole. This is just a nightmare. Any argument?
No, it's fucking.
Yep. Dragon Bowl.
Yeah, you gotta get the name right.
1992 by Nyx Arcade.
Questionably.
Brawler. Let me just go ahead and do.
Is there a garbage mood?
There's a gross mood.
No, it's not gross. It's just.
There is no garbage mood.
I mean, the
It's
mood was
cheery.
definitely a cute game. I mean, it looks like they put some effort.
Actually, yeah.
I would put in the same thing. I would say tone the same way that the Tick and TMNT.
Let's say the graphics were redrawn to make them nicer and more appealing to Dragon Ball fans. It's weird, but you know.
Definitely bad grades.
Yeah, craft is non-existent. Impact is no.
I don't think they even redesigned the Ninja Gaiden levels. I think they just put new tiles on them.
No, I think it's just they redrew the assets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And touch is. I'll give that a D just for giggles. Okay.
Despite how you went to suicide because you couldn't figure out how to proceed.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll give it a little bit for doing a little bit of an okay redraw job. Okay. Enough with that. Let's actually load into something somewhat competent.
Still rated higher than Battletoads. Wow, you guys are hard to please.
No, I put it lower.
You did?
Yeah.
I thought Battletoads was red, total trash.
The red,
it's because, well, here I can.
Oh, they haven't updated yet. Roger that.
Yes, he has the 15.1. That means it's after.
Okay.
Yep. Also, the red I have to specifically mark.
Fuck Battle.
No, yeah, we can wait till it updates. Still harsh, man.
No, Battletoads deserved the shit it got.
After the pain that game put me through, I'm not pulling any punches with that.
You didn't spend 10 minutes on one stage to the point where you had to just basically slow it down.
Yeah.
And don't forget that we basically just didn't say anything for the entirety of that because nothing.
We
ran out of commentary because he did it legit.
I'm sorry I missed it because I could go on for hours about that game. I love that game, but I could also see why you don't like it.
That game hurt me.
Well,
Anyway.
Do we have something to cleanse the palate?
Yes, we do.
Give me good shit.
Let me just do this and then this. This is a Sega Genesis game.
Good.
Yes. Good. Perfect.
So this is Pretty Soldier Sailor Moon.
Get into it straight away. Holy shit.
See, and we properly get the 8-bit theme song.
I can't wait to be disappointed.
This one actually seemed to be relatively competent. So before we start, yeah, well, let's just go ahead.
Yes.
What, you wanted to hear some of the music?
Oh, I said give me all the continues.
Okay, all the continues. Okay. Okay, so. Okay, so we can pick who we can be among the Sailor Scouts. I am not super familiar with Sailor Moon. I know that this is Sailor Moon. I think that's Sailor Mercury. I think that's Jupiter. That right there. So who should we be?
I mean, chat's asking for Jupiter.
Yeah, chat's asking for Jupiter.
Okay.
Look at this powerful pose. And her thumb being on the
By
wrong
the way,
side.
this is so this is going to be a fan translation as well. Okay. So this is very much a standard brawler. The thing is also, what is the? So, is it?
Okay, that was already great.
This is good.
So each of the characters has their own special moves. Sailor Jupiter's is a ground pound, which is forward up down, and then a punch. Also, I can hold down the button and do that. Also, I think if I get a grapple going. No.
It's the good shit. I don't care if that's our only move. That's all we need.
Okay, I think I might need a stick to do.
Now, what's the name of the game?
It's if you're looking under game facts. There we go.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's it'll be Bishojo Sailor Moon. Bishojo Senshi Sailor Moon. So yeah, if you do a 360 spin as you grapple someone, you will do that giant swing move.
This is a good game.
Also, remember Pirates of Dark Water? Time for the trash can.
Yeah! This game is really good, though. Actually, it looks really good, too.
It does.
God, it's so good.
Oh, this is way better.
I don't remember this much tossing out of elevators in the show.
This demonstration simulator.
This is what Jupiter deals with when she's not with the rest of the team, you see.
The sprites are enormous.
Yep.
Is this cartridge or is this 32X?
Cartridge.
Wow.
Okay, so have you done the extension throw?
Yes. That's the giant swing.
Yeah, it's really stupid how you pull it off.
Oh, it's basically it's grapple and then it's a 360. It's a Geef move.
Yep. Hello, person. There's also the super jump and the super jump kick.
Oh, is it time for someone to be useless?
Uh-huh. By the way, I'll also say that all the dialogue is different, depending upon what character you pick.
Also, the C button does the super.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a both buttons to do the crisis move. It has its own dedicated button.
Okay. But yeah, have you done the super jump kick?
Not yet. I got D.
How dare you?
Oh, actually, let me do that so we can see what the title of this is. Whoops.
Yeah, why would you do that, you absolute fuck?
Dreamland. Okay, so I believe is it double tap and then
double tap, jump, and then punch.
So yeah, that's the super jump.
Yes, rider kick time.
Pretty much.
Yeah, actually, shit.
Except
She
the
is
problem
the
is
best
that
character.
it's incredibly situational.
Oh yeah, because you get a lot of forward movement, so you're just gonna zoom right over them. Okay, look at that fucking panda.
Oh, also. You can attack things off screen with that.
I mean, Chachi, Jupiter suplexing a Waddle Dee would be fucking amazing, and you know it.
Yes.
Ow.
I love that dumbass giant swing.
This is really good.
So I'm glad it is my favorite kind of knockback, which is when you get hit, you get knocked back from the way you are facing. Ugh.
Whoop.
What?
We're good.
Okay, just suplex him into oblivion. Sure.
Yes, that was a panda on train. And Waddle Dee knows what he did.
Oh.
You did it, you pilfered something.
I got
Okay.
Perfect.
Hey, I landed it.
I love this garbage fan. Haha, you hit somebody.
Yep, that was one up.
Congrats, you got a thing you don't really need. Also because you're playing on easy.
Yeah. From when I did try playing the normal mode a little bit, it is actually just as easy.
I'm not surprised.
Okay. Oh, whoop.
Behold the big boys. Oh no, they're fucking dead.
Okay.
No, this is great. I love this place.
Too bad I'm not a fan of cake.
To be fair, I wouldn't want to eat a cake that big anyway. this? Yep. Very brittle chocolate.
Is it just me, or does it seem like a lot of these enemies are at half health already?
That's because they are.
Okay.
That's probably how they balance it, is like, oh, these early enemies just have this much
That's
health.
more health bars. Yeah. No, it's not like an uncommon thing to be done. It's just not always quite so obvious about it. I want these sweets inside of me.
Oh.
Congrats, you just managed to kill someone off screen with the
Yep.
person you threw.
Yeah.
That's genuinely impressive.
Jupiter doesn't play.
Jupiter ain't here to fuck around. She's got a beef stroganoff waiting.
Yeah, you haven't shown off the ground pound yet.
Oh, right. I keep on forgetting because I have the giant swing. Why do I need anything else?
Try it on the wall. There we go. Oh, that's pathetic. Does it hit multiple enemies?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm glad that you only tried to use it on the door and nothing else.
Yep. Problem is... it's up down.
So the input is stupid. Oh, hey!
It seems, I mean, it's killed pretty much anything that I've hit with it, but granted, it's been low damage, or low health enemies. Oh, okay.
Sure! And yeah, but also fuck the input for it. I don't care, I got beef stroganoff waiting at home. I don't need your shit today.
Oh, good.
Ah, finally, he's here to be useless.
My work here is done.
Yep.
All he did was talk at you, fuck!
Yeah, that's all he ever does. He gives this item. Which is basically it's a health item.
But he's still fucking useless, you didn't need it.
Okay. I guess see. And we're going to... Freeway.
Oh, is it time for a car chase?
Oh,
Oh dear lord.
I was
Oh,
right.
sweet Jesus.
I was right, and I'm not happy about it.
You were right for the wrong reasons.
oh hey, it's overcooked.
Please, there's nobody screaming for plates.
What the hell?
Yeah, you need to remember that they aren't gonna go off screen.
Oh, I can't throw them off. Sure, I can toss them out of a window, but I can't toss them out of a truck.
Not even out, just off of.
What the hell are you?
Oh, hey, a new enemy type.
A dead one.
I do like that they do give enemy types, or do enemy types fairly frequently. I keep on expecting me to, like, get knocked off of the thing. But thankfully there doesn't seem to be any way for me to actually get knocked off.
And here you were thinking he fell off.
Okay, I'm kind of seeing an issue with the stage.
You don't
Yeah.
say. Oh, Jesus, the big boy. Later, loser. He just sits there flipping you the bird.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Okay, sure, just suddenly. What?
Okay.
Oh no, it better not be one of these.
Finally, it's time for elevator action.
We don't know either, Max.
Yeah, we just kind of appeared here.
Whoop.
Alright, whatever. That looks kind of neat, if nothing else.
I'm sure it'll make sense. I bet you we're gonna fight a robot at the end of this. Also, if you had the backup, how many stages are there in this game?
I think I saw it earlier, and I remember it being that high. 6.
Around stage 3.
Yeah. Yeah, every stage is.
Does it say if there's anything about picking easy mode? Oh no, I need to type. Like, I wonder if this is one of those games where because I picked easy, I don't get the last stage or something.
This does not strike me as the sort.
Oop.
Yep, walkthrough even says, unlike its predecessor, this game allows you to beat all levels if you play on easy mode.
That's good.
Oh, look at this loser.
Up.
Ah, finally, here to be useless.
What?
But that's not a bouquet.
Shut up, Tuxedo Mask.
It's not a bouquet! It's a single flower! Not a bouquet!
Oh, I just saw that. I don't know if you saw that part.
Yeah, I saw it the last. I saw it the last
I didn't remember
boss.
the last, but it does seem like they're stacking health bars.
Yeah. Which is a nice way to do it.
Yep. Okay, let's see where this is.
Carpet, how many stages were there again?
6.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing is I might actually call it here just because we have 2 other games that we need to take a look at.
Yeah, no, that's completely understandable. Like this game
Yeah,
is
that's
beat up,
fine.
but I can understand calling
Yeah.
it.
And it seems like it is basically the same game.
Yeah,
basically-
but that's fine.
Which, now that we get to the ranking bit, did it?
I mean, it's probably been the best game we've done tonight so far.
It's ever been, because let's take a look at what the ones we've done. I personally would say that's better than Streets of Rage.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think it's the best brawler we've actually taken a look at.
Yeah, definitely.
And I would actually probably put it above Dark Forces.
Yeah, I was not here for Dark Forces, so I wouldn't know.
So you'd rather
I'm trying to think about that because it's like they're two different games, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, the thing is with the way that Dark Forces is, it's the only category. This is the only category that it would normally fit into.
Yeah, but I can definitely see. If not above, I definitely would put them on the same level.
Actually, I'd probably be fine with on the same level.
What were you gonna say, Rafferty?
I'm just amused. Sailor Moon above Star Wars.
I mean, I'm fine with that personally, but that's because I don't like Star Wars.
Well, also, you never got lost in the Sailor Moon game, whereas you did get lost in Dark Forces.
That is true. So, let's see.
But Sailor Moon was also not very challenging.
Granted, we also put it on easy mode.
Somehow I doubt if you amped it up, it would be more challenging.
Probably not. But still. Sometimes having a game like that isn't necessarily a bad thing, though.
No, I mean, they deliberately didn't do some of the normal bullshit that you see in brawlers. Like, you couldn't fall off the trucks.
Yes.
Also, it didn't punish you for playing easy mode.
Yes.
Which is always a weird thing to say.
Yeah. So, let's see. Do I want to put it in the same tier or above Dark Forces?
Put it above Dark Forces. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
You already lost all your cred when you hated Binding of Isaac.
I mean, the episode where we looked at Super Hydra was before that, so...
Yeah, we still... Like, Lolo still gets people angry about that, and it's great.
It's been a while, but yeah. I think the last
But
one was
Hydra?
about a couple months ago. Yeah, about Super Hydra. It was a shmup that... did you ever play...
Yeah, I think I was here for that shmup. I barely remember it.
Yeah, people.
Yeah, because the game isn't interesting.
Yeah, apparently people have some attachment to that game.
No, I just know, like, Binding of Isaac is huge, both commercially and critically.
I mean, that doesn't prevent it from being sometimes questionable quality. Game design.
You be you, Lolo.
Okay, but it's just good game design, Lolo. I hate that, man.
I think it was Bandai.
I forgot who made it too. Okay.
I was gonna guess Bondi because they're the big license guys, the good license people.
Yes. Although actually, I think the thing is, I think both the games we're going to look at next are also Bandai games.
If the game we're doing is what I think we're doing next, then it probably is Bandai.
Actually, yeah, I was thinking. Also, this has to be cute.
If you have super cute, there we go.
Yes. OST was decent. I don't know
Decent.
if it was great.
It was recognizable from the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd put it B.
Its rendition of Moonlight's Densetsu was decent. Oh, good. The world building,
Okay,
it definitely.
Where do we put the tick? Because that's about the same level I'd put it at.
We put the tick at A.
Then yeah.
So I would be down with that because they definitely put a lot of effort into making sure like the dialogue is different for every single character.
Oh, you gotta put it at A, especially because the SNES tick is missing a lot of stuff.
Craft, I'd probably put Craft at B because it definitely improves upon. Well, also especially if we put Streets of Rage at B, I'd put this as B as well.
Yeah.
When did they start adding the specials that suck your health? Is that Final Fight?
Yeah, that is Final Fight. Which this game had it, but I never needed it.
I mean, they did model 5 different characters from the show.
Yeah.
So the game was developed by Angel, which was Bandai.
Yeah, that's a subsidiary of Bandai, I believe.
Yeah.
Which Angel
totally
actually, they there's only one other game that I can remember that they did, which is actually Shatterhand.
Ooh. That's a classic.
Yeah.
So,
Impact on this has got to be low. It never got
Yeah.
released in the US, and it doesn't really add that much to the genre. I mean, it's very well done, but doesn't add anything.
Oh yeah. It doesn't add anything, and also this is a fan translated version, so it.
okay, this is Arc System Works.
Ha!
Wait. What?
Right.
Yeah, this is Arc System Works.
Of course.
I did some hunting for the actual developer, and yes, it was them.
Okay.
Of bloody course it's them.
Good. I'm glad. I'm now okay actually with putting that at the top.
Yeah, it was published by Angel.
And I
Which
probably
was,
put
yeah.
it at D because I bet you this was probably not super obscure in Japan, at least. It's aged pretty well.
Yeah, the graphics still look really nice.
And Chachi, I would love that. I would totally unironically love that.
Oh no.
Oh, there is a hidden final boss in hard mode.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Sailor Moon fighting. I want to say there is a Sailor Moon fighting game. I just can't remember what it's called. Touch has to be A because this game is incredibly simple.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I was thinking of a different game.
You're thinking about kind of
Fun
hard
fact, they
stuff,
all
but-
have the same fucking name. Arc System Works, though, is... Jesus.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna preempt it and just close out RetroArch and then load it back up. So yeah, I was actually gonna do a different game next, but I think actually I'll save that one for last, so we can go into this game. This is a Bandai game.
Of course. I saw that.
This is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Which, I'm going to leave it on the screen for just to show off that they do have something in this.
Good. Good.
It's impressive for a cart.
Yeah, this is definitely a SNES game also. Okay, anyway, let's just start. Okay. Oh, it actually... Okay. Okay. So options, we really don't have much. There is a hard mode that we can select, but there is no easy mode. So let's just start with this. Okay. So... yeah, if you're not familiar with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, that's Rita Repulsa. This is, what, Angel Grove, I think is the name of the city?
Yes.
Okay, so we have 5 different people we can pick. It'll actually also switch between characters between stages, too. So we're not just locked to one character.
They're all just jamming out poorly.
Who should we be?
Why don't we just go left to right?
Sure. Oh, they'll be
They're all really bad dancers.
Got the thing. So. Okay. So
Oh god, you're huge.
They're huge, but this is also kind of in the same vein as like it's a single plane brawler.
Yeah.
Wait, there's no option to play this 2-player?
No, that's actually kind of weird.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, that was supremely stupid and I love it.
Yes.
So yeah, you only have one attack, and basically, if you get close enough to an enemy, you'll throw. Also, there's kind of a thing about this actually with Bandai, but because yeah, they don't never really name the company that works with them. But you can tell just by the music and the sound effects, this is definitely a Natsume game. Because I can almost guarantee you probably had some of these sound effects used in Wild Guns. Yes, the one that I actually had, which is the movie game, did have co-op in it. Also, just thinking of how they got the likeness for the actual actors, just make me think of all the different unfortunate things that happened to them.
Yeah.
Like the actress who plays Trini. Is this the one who died in a car crash, or is this the one that was murdered?
Let's check.
Don't remember.
Because I know one. There was two of them are unfortunately no longer with us. I believe one died in a car crash. One was. I think it might have been another accident. I don't think it might have been murdered. But now that we got here, we now are actually in our Ranger mode, which we now actually have a different weapon, which I want to say there's a different way you can do an attack. Oh yeah, wow! Holding up, you get different attacks. Also, so the thing with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers...
Yeah, Trini was car accident.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Why is your bomb light flashing?
Because I do actually have a kind of smart bomb kind of thing. But it's only single use, so I don't want to use it. Oop.
I'm just reading about the various actors who played the main characters. Why would you do this to me?
Man, Power Rangers has a weird history of actors,
So,
Lost Galaxy in particular.
Oh, is that the one with Johnny Bosch in it?
I think so.
Yeah,
I know that's the one.
Yeah, because famed anime voice actor Johnny Bosch was one of the characters in a season. Also, if you're not familiar with how what is the show Power Rangers? What kind of goes on behind the scenes with them. So Power Rangers actually a rendition, it is basically what Saban Entertainment did was take some footage from a Japanese series of shows, the Super Sentai series.
Well, this is my thing. Let me go ahead.
Okay, you describe it.
So, Super Sentai is one of the big two of Toei, a production company over in Japan's big things in the tokusatsu genre, which is basically monsters in suits and all that kind of thing. So Haim Saban, basically after making money, saw the potential in just licensing a bunch of different tokusatsu shows over here. His first one was Power Rangers, which took from Zyu another subtitle that I'm not remembering off the top of my head.
I want to say it was Super Sentai, or it was something Sentai Zyu Ranger.
Yeah, it was Zyu Ranger.
Yeah, Kyoryu Sentai Zyu Ranger.
Yeah.
Also, here's the point attack.
So...
You're gonna bomb it?
Yep.
Was a huge success. especially in the early 90s to, I would say, whenever Disney bought out the series from Saban the first time. But basically the general structure is 3 to 5 people get powers of a varying theme, which Power Rangers Season 1 would be dinosaurs. Fight varying monsters, and then get into a giant robot to fight the giant monster. It feels really weird that this game doesn't have co-op just for the...
Yeah.
I have to say, it's probably one of the more generous games in terms of brawlers.
Yeah. Let's hopefully that doesn't... Okay, let's... Actually, you know what? Right at the end, so let's, that didn't happen. Okay.
Wizard powers go.
Wizard, we don't have all night powers. There we go. Okay. So. Okay, let's go on to Billy. Billy, who I believe it's David Yost is the actor. His
Correct.
story, he is still alive. Unfortunately, he has some... He is not, if I remember correctly, he's not too fond of the series because one thing about Billy is that, or that about David, is that he... I also imagine that this is 1990 when this is happening. He is gay, and he got kind of bullied for that on the set. And also there were some other things as well. I don't know if it was specifically because of that, but that didn't help. And I believe he has come out against that. So.
Yeah, Yost left late in the 4th season after a week of contemplation and thoughts of suicide instead of continuing work. Another 6 months until the 2nd film. He stayed co-workers involved with writing, filming, and producing the show considered him not worthy to be where he was, and that he could not be a superhero because of his homosexuality. Yup. But yeah, also it's really good because his character's final episode, they didn't they used footage from previous episodes as well as voice work on an uncredited actor to hide the fact that he up and fucked off because he was tired of working there.
Well, go to him at least for leaving.
Yeah.
Oh god, he tried conversion therapy for a couple years and then had a nervous breakdown.
I mean, I wonder why.
Yeah. He went into hospitalization for 5 weeks and then just moved to Mexico for a year and accepted who he was.
That's good.
At least there's a happy ending.
And happy, she hasn't really done anything, to my knowledge, of note.
I mean, I'm sure after that he probably might not want to act.
He does producer roles, it looks like.
That's not bad.
Though he did have a couple of TV roles, but nothing really notable. Excuse me, I meant film roles. Like, very nothing
good.
film roles. And he was the segment producer on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Okay.
You gotta eat. I mean, it seems like that show is never off the air, so I mean, hey, that seems like good work.
His punch is so dorky.
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah, no, the guy, Jason Frank Lee or something, I forget. He has three first names, so I get them always mixed up. But yeah, no.
Jason
he's
David Frank.
There we go, yes. He's an awful person.
That's green.
That's
later.
Green and white because when they switched to the Die Ranger suit.
I remember him being like the super, like, he was basically like the big badass of that show.
Yeah, he was hired because he looked good and he could actually do martial arts.
Yep. Which I believe he is still a...
No, he's still MMA. He does MMA.
I know that there was the thing going around that people thought the Red Ranger was a porn actor, but that was not actually true.
Yeah, I always heard rumors switch between the Red Ranger and the Pink Ranger, which is hilarious for the Pink Ranger, given that she's fairly notable.
Yeah, the Pink Ranger...
Pink Ranger's
is, yeah, so she...
fairly big.
Yeah, she, so... The thing that I know that she... and that's actually the thing that I more associate her now with, one, she actually went on to have a music career, which I believe she still has. But the thing is that, the show that she actually went on to do, it's actually one of my favorite shows, was a Canadian cop drama by the name of Flashpoint. Which is...
I thought it was British.
No, it's Canadian. It is very Canadian.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of Broadchurch.
Oh.
Never mind. Wait, when did we get E Honda?
I don't know. And then the...
Okay, but more importantly, she was Suzy Q in Suzy Q.
What's Suzy Q?
It was a fucking Disney TV movie. And I still distinctly remember.
That's why I don't remember it.
Yeah,
I hate that I remember it. Because this is back in the 90s.
And then, can you check to see if the Black Ranger actually was killed?
Black Ranger, no.
Oh, okay.
He's still doing fine. That's Walter Emmanuel Jones.
Okay. I thought that there was two of them that were no longer with us.
I mean,
I was gonna say, I know that there's some, in later seasons, some really weird stuff happened.
Yeah, one of the Red Rangers has problems. But that's in a later season. I don't know.
And I only really know up to... I know this series, and that's about it. And even then. Also, now that I think about it, one thing about these games that actually kind of annoy me, where's Bulk and Skull?
gone, never to be remembered.
Damn. I think that's enough of that.
Yes.
Now, when did this come out? Because it says early SNES all over it.
Let's see.
94.
Right, so pretty early.
Also,
that was 3 years into it. The PlayStation
3 years?
Come out. Yeah, that would have been... Yeah, because the...
Oh, wow,
SNES
yeah,
came
you're
out
right.
in 91.
I got my dates
but-
all screwed up.
Something fun to know about the Black Ranger is that he was written out of the series midway through the second season after a contract and pay dispute, and was replaced by Johnny Youngbosh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, he was put on the bus, right? Some of the actors were put on a bus to go to a peace conference, and that's how they were written out of the show.
Oh yeah, that's how they did that. You're right. I remember that episode.
Huh.
Power Rangers is a very cynical show.
He's done fine enough for himself. It seems like mostly bit parts still.
Especially now that Saban, well, thankfully we can all cheer. Now Hasbro has the rights to the series and not Saban.
Also, for reference, the Pink Ranger is played by Amy Jo Johnson.
Oh, yeah, because we never actually said that. Yeah, Amy Jo Johnson. But yeah, that was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the SNES. It's okay.
I'd probably put it in like high yellow, low green.
Looked like a glorified GBA port. Like a glorified Game Boy port.
I
mean, please, it sounded nowhere near shitty enough.
I'm thinking in between let's see, because we put Black Belt in between Karateka and Kung Fu Master.
Well, you didn't like Kung Fu Master. Did you think the Power Rangers was as cheap as Kung Fu Master?
It kind of got a little difficult. But I'd say it's difficult, but better than Kung Fu Master's difficulty.
Right. But what about Karateka?
Karateka... Yeah,
which would you rather play?
I would probably rather play Karateka, because that, as simple as it is, that has some better qualities than this.
Then there you go. It's under Karateka, but above Kung Fu Master.
But
now, would you play it?
What about, because Hokuto no Ken's in there?
I'd probably put it above Hokuto no Ken just because it doesn't rely on, like, boss bullshit.
That's true. Yeah, so I'm going to move this to point... Oh, is it rounding? And let's see, and then 10... Whoop!
Red Ranger was Austin St. John, and he did fucking nothing aside from this.
Because that's...
I think...
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, you might have deleted the whole, like, formula from that. So.
I'm gonna have to move it down anyway. It'll get replaced. Because yeah, and then that is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Episode 694. That was Natsume. I actually did go and look at that up to make sure that was right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I looked it up. And yeah, you were right.
I'd call that atonal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very mad.
Soundtrack was pretty good. Or at least maybe B.
Yeah, B.
Because Natsume does good soundtracks. World. I'd say at least a B because they got the license or likes of the actors pretty well.
See, this is where I have to disagree because we just got off of like Sailor Moon where they actually put it in dialogue. Like whereas this game it's like here's a still of Rita Repulsa and now okay, game. Like nothing in there tells you it's Angel Grove. There's no banter. There's no floating head.
Well, there's a little bit of... Well, we also have to think about that. So it's the thing is called World, but it's more of a whole, like, aesthetic kind of thing of, like, how it does its... It's not just world, it's also character design. It's also...
okay, but there's no both.
Well, if you like fighting the same guy in the same suit over and over again, this is your game.
Well,
that's fair.
And I would have that. I'm not thinking it's A. But I'm thinking at least B because there is a little bit of charm in how each character, they don't just have a standard punch. Like, and also like the putty soldiers just sitting in like a suit waiting for you. So that's why I wouldn't give, I wasn't kind of thinking of giving it just a C.
Okay. I thought the enemy variety was sorely lacking.
That is kind of one thing.
It was mostly recolors.
Yeah. But I would say of at least the animations and all that, I would probably give it a B off that.
But no Bulk and Skull.
There's no Bulk and Skull, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, no Bulk and Skull.
I can give that a C.
I feel like that's a point off.
Craft.
Now, what does your craft category mean again?
Basically, did they do anything new? Did they do anything particularly well?
Like how well constructed the game is, essentially. Which this is kind of bare.
Yeah, it's very bare.
Yeah, I mean,
like it's just left and right. There was no up or down.
Yeah, there were no like moves either. It was just standard.
Yeah, and this is a 94 game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can do a single-plane brawler like this well.
But this is once again just kind of there.
But yeah, I would not say that this did it particularly well. Or I shouldn't say particularly well. It did it competently, but it didn't go. It did what it needed to do and nothing else.
So C.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
A passing grade.
Impact.
I believe you could like live your entire life without ever playing this game.
Yeah, because
I'm just trying to think because I don't think.
I know like a handful of folks had this as a kid growing up, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
this was like a game that it was like one of those like games that just happens to appear in a collection. Because I'm thinking D.
Yeah, at most D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because we've got Secret in the chat is saying like there are much even better versions of this game.
Oh yeah.
Like he's saying the Genesis is better, or they're saying the Genesis is better.
Yeah. Age.
We spent more time talking about the nostalgia of the game than the game itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say like at best C. Like it still plays fine, it's functional, but also there's not a whole lot there.
Stuff looks like it's supposed to.
Yeah, that's about it.
And then touch. I'd say maybe C or D.
It was pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you weren't fumbling,
simple, but it was also
moves.
like Chloe was saying, it was getting a bit challenging by the end. Like by the time you stopped.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's going to get even harder after that. So I'd actually probably put a D. All right. So with that,
Video games. Give me something good.
Well, I'll give you the next game that I had.
Give me something good.
Well, we'll see if this is good, because I actually don't have a whole lot of history with this.
Now I'm curious.
It's the best for last.
So
no, you know that's not true.
You gotta stop showing all this delicious food.
Okay, Banpresto.
So that's.
So this is actually technically a sequel to a game that we haven't looked at. This is a weird sub-series.
Is this what I think it is? Yes!
God!
Yes!
So it's not just this. So there's more people in the SD Nation.
Finally! Gotcha bullshit. Okay, but game, why would you expect gotcha anything to just give you your wish? That's
So,
not
the
how
four
gotcha
warriors.
works.
Ultraman Great, Gundam F91, Fighter RX, and Fighter Roar, who's the original character.
I know 3 out of the 4.
That's because the fourth one is the original.
Gotcha.
So yes, this is the second game in the what is called the Great Battle series. We'll get to the title once.
Okay, but there's nothing great about SD bullshit.
So this is Last Fighter Twin. The Great Battle 2.
There's nothing great about this.
Okay.
I hate it.
A little hard.
I hate SD crap.
SD crap is fine.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay,
Let's go ahead and start.
you say that Carnival, but SD Gundam exists.
Yes, and SD Gundam is great. What are you talking about?
Why do you hate me?
Okay.
We don't hate you. We respect that you can be wrong.
Okay, so basically, this is a kind of standard brawler. Whoop.
Except from you getting fucked up. Holy
eyes
shit.
bug out.
Okay, so we punch kick. Yep, fighting Zaku's.
Hate this.
Gundam, I'll fully admit, I've never seen any Gundam. I believe this is the standard one. This is the one that is recognizable to me. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I'm not a big Real Robots fan, so I leave this up.
All you need to know about Gundam is giant robots and war is hell.
Yes. But if I hit select, I can go to a different character. So this is Rider RX, which much like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Rider series is also, I think, even longer than the Sentai series, isn't it?
Yes, it's Sentai's big brother. It's less marketable, so that's why Sentai got brought over first. This specific. Okay. Go ahead.
Let's see if I can get it. If I can get it. So yeah, you have the Rider kick if you do a little combo first.
Yeah. Saban tried to port Masked Rider over and get
because that wasn't VR Troopers, but that was what was this series?
It was called Masked Rider.
It was just called Masked Riders, but it was Kamen Rider Black RX hacked together with a couple of the movies.
Which that would have been that is this particular one.
Yes,
here.
This is this Rider.
Which also, so then after the Rider, we have Ultraman Great, which is weird because Ultraman is 60s old.
Yep.
This one in particular is really weird because Ultraman Great was the Ultraman from the series Ultraman Beyond, or was it Towards the Future? I believe is the name of the subtitle. It is the one Ultraman that was a collaboration between a Japanese studio and an Australian studio.
What?
Yeah. This was the one they were trying to bring Ultraman to the States. And they did it through that particular series. Or we're trying.
That sounds a terrible idea.
I appreciate chat calling you on your lack of Gundam knowledge.
What?
Because F91 is the main Gundam in Mobile Suit Gundam F91.
Oh, okay. I just know that there's Gundam Wing, there's Mobile Suit Gundam, there's like, what, 0082 or whatever.
There's like 30 years of Gundam.
There's a shitload of Gundam and also...
There's the one with the stereotypes.
Which
you mean
that?
G Gundam, the best Gundam. Fight me, Chad.
Oh god, he's got knives.
There's the one that's the windmill. There's the original that had that kid's head being blown off. There's Char, who I believe also gets shot in the face.
Ah yes, Char is my favorite Gundam.
There's the guy who slaps people. Okay, so also, since I haven't shown it off. So the thing is, so you see those gacha capsules that I've been collecting. They were kind of similar to the way that Golden Axe's magic works. So if I kind of select, I want to use 1, 2, or 3. Well, I don't have enough for 3. But I can do a kind of this attack right here if it... There we go.
Yes, Air Raid.
Okay. So the last character, which Fighter Roar, I believe is also referred to as Fighter Lion. He's an original character for this kind of sub-series. Also another funny thing about, well, not quote-unquote funny thing, so Ultraman Great, Towards the Future. That is the one that, if you're familiar with the SNES fighting game that came out over here, that is the series that it's based off of.
Okay.
Ow.
I mean, Chachi, wasn't Neo Mexico just a giant sombrero in space?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about G Gundam.
Yeah, no, G-Gun... The fucking Egyptian pilot was a mummy! Never fucking forget that! That is a thing that happened!
A mummy in space.
Oh god.
Not in space, no. They weren't in space.
No, not yet? Okay.
Also, let's not forget the pilot of the American Gundam is Chippity Crockett.
Yes.
What?
You didn't know that?
No.
Also, his Gundam does football and boxes.
Yes. G Gundam stereotypes the anime.
Also, what's great is the fact that, so this Bolton enemy that I'm fighting, Bolton, I believe, was the main enemy of the first Ultraman series. Like, the big enemy. So we're just fighting a whole bunch of them.
I like Combat Man. I like that he's just no nonsense.
Very good, Dallas. Oh.
Is there supposed to be music playing, or and I've accidentally muted the side stream, or?
You might have
I can hear the music.
Yeah, you muted the side stream.
Ooh, he has multiple health bars. I knew there was some crap like that.
That's
Oh,
really-
Jesus.
I can't hear it.
What?
Congrats.
I'm just gonna do the coward mechanic of just jumping and trying to get, hopefully that my hitbox applies with his.
You're still getting fucked up, though.
Yeah, but I think I got him.
How the fuck?
Oh, I can't get the last one.
You'll never get your fourth gotcha.
Then I'll need to
Jeez.
cheese him.
New Gundam. Oh no.
Also, I really hate that gotcha is a positive thing in this.
Yeah.
Never trust gotcha.
What?
Oh, that's awesome. They just flap their arms and catch up.
Also, the weird thing is when you grapple an enemy, you have to hit the jump button in order to get it to do a throw.
What was the point of him dropping health when they just regenerated you anyway?
The gotcha are my magic, essentially.
No, your blue bar.
Yeah, but
Oh, the purples were energy. Oh, my bad. Okay, my bad.
yeah, the purples are, yeah, it's the... Alright, tell it this is gonna suck. Also, we're still dealing with the same enemies.
You can't go wrong with Combat Man.
Whoop.
But yeah, I'm sad that the gotcha moves just aren't more random and also have the potential to fuck you over. Look, I have a deep-seated hatred of gotcha because it hates me. Alright?
Okay,
You're better. So
like a good
you're still playing Fate Grand Order, I see.
I'm playing more than that, but yeah.
What? Okay.
Sure.
Okay, Red King, that's definitely an Ultraman thing.
Yep, that's a recurring monster in Ultraman.
Actually, I wonder if Red King is like, because I know one of the Ultraman monsters is just straight up the Godzilla suit, but with like an added frill.
I don't think that's. I have to look to see. I don't think that's Red King, but I know that's dead straight up the thing.
I don't think it's Red. I don't think it's Red King, but I know that thing exists.
Oh, that's cute. He makes a little falling noise.
I'm sorry, Torpid. That's when it comes to cruel gacha. That's all I know of is the most cruel.
Whew.
Oh, no, I picked up his axe.
Poor maintenance, I guess. Tyrion, I think.
Well, it's going into the atmosphere, I believe. Also, the weird thing is, if I hold down my punch, I actually can get an additional attack. The thing is, that is technically my crisis move, because it drains health. Even though it's just a projectile, that's not that good.
I hate draining health as a mechanic for brawlers. I don't think it's all that great.
Like, I can understand why it's in a crisis thing, but as a projectile, that's kind of lame.
Oh no!
Oh, no!
Whoa, you idiot!
Oh. I think...
You're just...
There we go.
Fucking... Oh, okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Deeply confusing.
Okay, this is...
Bullshit!
Yep, because that... What?
They're walking on nothing.
What?
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 Oh, continue. We have to see this.
Yeah, let's see if it... Yeah, you're just gonna keep...
That's bullshit.
Well, somebody's getting low points in the craft category.
Holy shit! How do you fuck up that bad?
Please tell me someone clipped that, right?
I'm gonna go do that now.
Wow, that is something new. I've never had a game break just like that so horribly.
You mean become literally unwinnable? Yeah.
Yeah.
I love fail states.
Okay, well, that's definitely a good time to stop that. Okay, so that was Last Fighter Twin.
Why do you refuse to end on good games?
Because I didn't realize it was going to break like that.
I mean, I hated it from the get-go, but you know.
I mean, I don't mind the SD part. It just turns out that the game is actually just really bad. All right, so...
Yeah, it was an interesting idea to destroy the floor to add urgency, but then you had that problem where they won't come on the screen so you can murder them.
And not just that, they don't obey the rules that you do.
That part was just, nah.
I kind of would have to say that I would put it probably below Battletoads.
Yeah.
Because I not above Dragon Ball, but below Battletoads. Because as much as Battletoads hates me, well, I was going to say that technically you can finish the game, but if you're playing 2 players, you can't. Yeah. Because I would never have to worry about Battletoads straight up breaking on me. I would just have to worry about it breaking. Well, breaking me more likely. So this is going to go there. 15.
Yeah, Secret loves this game, apparently.
Hey, what?
There's somebody in the chat going on about it.
This game? No, I think she's they're talking about
Mega Man X-Series 3 for the PC.
Yeah.
3 for the PC, excuse me. Words.
Oh, a sequel to this. Wow, okay. This game's serious, then.
Yes. That being said, I have seen later games in this franchise, and they actually look a lot better. So let's see. This is episode 6.
There you go. I got a clip for you, Lolo.
Thank you. SNES. Brawler. I mean, they're definitely going for a cuteness.
They flapped their arms and flew through space.
Yeah.
OST was there. I don't think there's anything to warrant a B.
I'd agree.
World.
It was cutesy and they had story.
I would probably put a B then.
Yeah, I'd give it a B.
B or C. Yeah, I could see B.
Craft. Let me just do this.
Yep.
Is it craft or touch that gets the F? I don't know which one.
Craft, because it's a glitch.
Yeah.
It's a game-breaking bug. It's not. It doesn't have to do with the touch is going to get knocked down because it is just a harder. But that's just a D.
It doesn't seem like. See, I always wonder, like, when you want to use impact, if it's a franchise, usually it's coasting on the franchise's power and not its own power as a game.
It just happens with these when you're talking about franchise games. That's a little different.
I never even fucking heard of this game before.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it sounds like even Secret, who's a fan, says there's other better, stronger entries. So definitely low.
And I imagine also it's two out of the 3 franchises in there don't make it over to America without means, or at least recently, because Ultraman you can get on Crunchyroll now legally, but Kamen Rider requires going through channels to try and even get a hint of it.
Kamen Rider would very much probably not sell over here.
Yeah. I'm thinking also for age, I'm thinking it's at least D, if not E.
Yeah, I remember watching the Ultraman that was supposed to come over here as a kid, and it was not.
Well, that's because they did a gag dub for Taiga, but
for Tiga was. I mean, it was also gagged up, but even normal Ultraman is not exactly great.
No, it's pretty boring.
There's a
different strokes.
But the thing is about Ultraman that's great, if you're thinking about from a production standpoint. Filming those scenes, the actual fight scenes, was so expensive that they wrote the whole color timer or the timer thing of them only being able to be around for 3 minutes because they didn't want to do extended things.
Oh, I thought that was because there was a health issue with the suit.
That it was also that. It was the fact. I think it was kind of a mixture of both of those things. Because I remember hearing price also was the thing. But yeah, that I always thought was funny. Also, another thing to think about for the age is that just the things that are referenced at that point as well.
Oh, it is insanely dated.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those were what, like very late, not late 80s, early 90s series.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd give it a D for that. So with that, why don't I just go ahead and do this? This is where things should fall into place, except one thing's gonna get broken.
Isn't that always how it works?
Well, it's gonna be until we stop adding new things to the top. So this is going to become 1, and then this, if I just borrow this, and then formula only. What? Copy, paste. Formula only. Accept.
Yeah, actually, this was never a problem with the other one because Radiant Silvergun always reigned supreme.
Yeah.
It never stopped being the top.
Yeah. Okay.
There was no point in time where Radiant Silvergun was anything less than the top.
There were pretenders. They were coming for the throne.
But none could match it.
There. So that should be updated. Also, we have in any of these lists, we have not put anything in Mastercraft yet either.
Because nothing, I can honestly say nothing's really struck me as that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're still also early-ish in terms of like a lot of these, so we haven't just hit the.
The only thing is that we've hit some clunkers with this one.
I mean, yes.
And then we just tab
Battletoads.
into the shmup list and regret our existence, realizing, oh boy, we got some catching up.
Yeah. But yes. So that'll do it for tonight. Yeah, so thank you for watching. If you would like to keep up to date with Retro Rank Rhapsody, you can follow me on Twitter at LoloThePuzzlo, or join my Discord server by going to the URL discord.ldp.life. Thank you for watching, and I hope you stop by again.